Well, hello everybody. We are in my 2019 Ford Fusion Energi. This is Verdier, and today we're going to attempt to change the cabin air filter. Can't imagine it's too difficult to do. I did it on the Honda, but then again, doing the freaking ridiculous engine filter was a lot harder than it should have been. Not that it was really hard, it's just they use these ridiculous screws. So instead of just simple clips to pop it open. So today we're going to work on it. I'm going to figure it's probably somewhere behind here or under there somewhere, and we're going to work on it, and I'm going to show you how to do it. We're going to be using hopefully the right filter. I'm not so sure anymore after what happened with the engine air filter. This garbage little Chinese crappy little air filter, and boy is it as cheap as it looks. It is cheap. And I will give you a part number on it. Personally, unless you own the car, I mean, it's just a leased car, unless you really got bad allergens and all that, I don't see any reason to go all out on a massive filter, unless we get under there and find it's really bad, and then I'll just order a better filter. All right, here we go. The first thing you're probably going to want to do, just to make things a little easier when you're dealing with all of this stuff, is to clean out your glove compartment. This one, happily, is not filled with too much stuff, making it a little easier to deal with. The next part is, apparently, this is not a minor deal like it is on the other unit. I mean, here, you figure you could take it right out and just pop it right out, but no, you actually have to take the actual glove compartment. It has to be disconnected out of the system and so forth, and that's a little bit more. You have to take this side trim panel piece off. So you're going to want to have a trim panel remover. Now, basically, we're going to be taking this side trim panel piece off. And which piece to use for trim removal is really beyond me, because this is not really my forte, and this is my first time doing this. It's ridiculous that I have to do something like this. But basically, this is all clipped on. The question is there we go. There, popped right off. Basically, it's a lot of trim. You can see there's probably a pop right there. Pull right here. Basically, just to use a little bit of elbow grease. It's a little tougher back here, apparently. Doesn't seem to want to let go over there. But I think that's loose enough. I mean, that's out far enough for me. Is this going to come right out? No, it's just going to stay in there. So, unless you pull it like this, there we go. And there's the trim piece right here, all pulled out. Once you do that, your next thing is to pull out this vent. This vent pulls straight out, apparently, or so they said. I'm going to look closely, make sure there's no screws anywhere. Apparently, you're supposed to take some elbow grease and just pull it out like that. Boom. Yep, it's just got a bunch of clips, and it pulls straight out. And that would pretty much take care of that situation right there. So next, you got two bolts that need to be removed. They're right here, and they're right here. So you'll need your little ratchet set. You don't necessarily have to use a ratchet, but you can use it. I believe they're 7 millimeters. So we're going to give that a shot based on 7 millimeters. So 7 millimeters, let's find out. It's 7 millimeters. Just. Now, for all those who watch the Honda and how to change its cabin air filter, this is ridiculous. Thank you, Ford, again, for making things so damn hard. I don't understand why it has to be this difficult. It should be generally easy. Hopefully I'm not blocking the camera too badly. It is, so it might get a little out of focus here. But basically, we're just unscrewing two bolts up top here. This is part for the glove compartment. Basically, we're just trying to drop the glove compartment down. Unfortunately, the glove compartment doesn't pop right out. Now, once you got those two bolts, there are going to be two more bolts. All right, the next step, once you get these top bolts off of here, you've got all that trim off of there, so go underneath and unhook the bolts under here. Now, don't be an idiot like Verdier. Don't unhook. Let's see if I can get these on video. Damn it, I can't aim with this thing. There it is. See those two? Do not do those. There's another bolt, and it's right there. That's the one you want. There's one also way over here. Let's see if we can get it on camera. There's the two you don't want, and the one you want is way under there. That is the one for the glove compartment. So that's what you want to loosen. So we're going to go ahead and take care of that and go from there. You get to watch Fat Verdier try to get hair all over everything in this car. Fat Verdier get under here and try to loosen these themselves. These are also going to be 7 millimeter. So you get the 7 millimeter bit right here, and get under here and watch me struggle with this crap while my hat comes off. Why I'm wearing a hat when everyone knows my hair is going to look like crap at this point. Is that it right there? There we go. It's not an easy position, especially without light. So, left, loose. And the bolt is finally off. And that's just the beginning, because the hard one is in here. Oh my God, this one you can't even see. Oh God, how am I gonna do this? And there it is. It's out. Imagine that. Verdier actually got it out. So next step, we drop the actual glove compartment down, supposedly. We'll find out in a second whether it comes right out or not. Nope, I got all the screws and bolts out, and it is not coming out easily. It's going to take some elbow grease. Yep, you got to pull it. And keep in mind, there is a connection here for your light in there. Am I going to hook it? Just to make it easier, I think what I'll do is I'll probably unhook this, which involves pushing this. Again, something very difficult for me because of my neuropathy. All right. I think it's just going to stay that way. Now, after all of that, we actually have access to the air filter area. I think it's very possible somebody has already changed my air filter on this car. There's supposedly supposed to be a screw here, a screw there, but there isn't. Is this a little different than the other ones? Because this doesn't look the same. Hey, dude, I got this far. I don't think I'm going to quit. And I just broke the tab. Okay, now that we're in here, you got this clip right here. You push it back while pulling on this part right here. So it's not so easy. I actually broke the other tab by accident. Pushing like that, and the door will open. That's as far as it goes. I have not been happy with dealing with the Ford on this. This is not as easy as it should be. This should be a simple repair. Again, it's just ridiculous. There's a lot more involved in this than it should be. I guess that's the airbag right there. All right, so let me get you back into position, and we'll pull out the filter and see how bad it is, and I guarantee you there ain't nothing wrong with the filter. It's probably perfectly fine. Airflow goes down. Very important. So let me get you back in position. Here's an interesting attention to detail. This is where the clips are coming out for here, for the glove compartment. But you'll notice the little bits of foam right where the clips go in to cut down on road noise and any sound and so forth that'll come through there. So that's one of the nice things and one of the reasons why it's so quiet in this cabin. Very interesting. All right, we're back in position now. We're going to pull out the air filter, which is right in here, which is not so freaking easy to do. Basically, got to get your finger in there and pull it like that. Pull the filter out, and it's pretty nasty. Probably because I've had the dogs in here quite a bit. But look how brown it is. All brown. I'm going to pull out a brand new one to show you the difference. Brown. It's brown. So this is at 15,000 miles, which means I probably should have changed it even earlier than this. But it turns out it's a pretty simple looking filter in comparison as well. So this cheap Chinese filter doesn't really concern me as being a bad choice either. Look at the Chinese filter in regards to the Ford filter. The Chinese filter has more pleats in it and so forth. But you can clearly see the color difference between the two of them, just in case it's not showing. This is black and nasty, and I don't smoke or anything, so pretty nasty. So we're tossing that one out. Next, we're going to put this guy in. Very much following the idea of airflow. It looks like it's going to go this direction to go in. Let me make sure before I throw the other one out. Yeah, it's going to take a little finagling. Now make sure when you look at the side, airflow. Arrow is pointing down, so you want it down for the airflow. Basically, get it in on each side and just kind of slide it in there. You may have to go back and forth to slide it in. This one's actually sliding in pretty easily. And done. You can close this thing up, and would snap on that side, but I busted the snap. And there you go. The cabin air filter. You might want to consider paying someone to do this for you. Now, for most people, it is a do-it-yourself. You can do it. But it does involve a little bit of elbow grease, some serious converting into different positions and so forth. Now we got to get this thing back together, and that should be a fucking pleasure to do. Make sure this light clips back in. We can put it like that. That clip goes in there. These clips go up top here. That one goes in there. And that should pop it in. And there you go. It's all back in like that. After that, you got to put your bolts back in. Our lower bolts here. These were a pain in the ass. These lower bolts. And really in a terrible, terrible position. I also have trouble with lefts and rights. Making sure I do it the right direction. So... nice and easy. This one's going to be interesting. I figure probably the easiest way is to start by doing it like this. Find out, oh, God damn it. Finding out where your hole is. There's the hole. Right up there. Putting it in here, unfortunately, nothing's magnetic with this. In fact, it might be easier just to push it in the hole first. All right. So now we're going to put in the top screws. Put it on the top. So, I can always get to the dealership and let them put the bottom left screw. For all those, I probably edited it out. I fucking lost it. I couldn't get the bottom one in. So yeah, it seems pretty tight like that, even without that screw in there. Excellent. All right, got all that done. Make sure we aim our clips in. And we're gonna pump the vent back in like this. And that's it, vents right back in, no problem. Next we have this part right here. Again, I would aim your clip in like that. Done, over, finished. Not that difficult in that aspect of it. You can fill up your glove compartment, and that's how you change the air filter or the cabin air filter in your Ford Fusion Energi. Someone please come here and kill me. Verdier out, and if Verdier can do it, well, Verdier kind of sucks, but if Verdier can do it, anybody can freaking do it.